Today on the Broadway complex downtown, work has begun to demolish the old Navy building and make room for a new $1.3 billion Manchester development.
You know, this has been in the works for years, and finally we are seeing something.
Oh, wow,
Good morning, Ed.
Seeing and hearing. Good morning. Yeah, it's a little noisy here. They just got underway. This has been going on now for a couple of days. Take a look. This waterfront project has been in the works for more than a decade and has been talked about for a whole lot longer. Again, the city would have preferred having this done 10 years ago. It's big, $1.3 billion, a redevelopment of almost 13 acres here. So many agencies involved, and that was one of the issues, obviously. The city, the county, of course, the Navy, and not to mention the Port District and the State Coastal Commission. Developer Doug Manchester has dubbed it a gateway project, quote, a grand entryway to the continued redevelopment of town as it also relates to San Diego's tourism industry. So take a look, because in 2.5 years or so, 3.5 years, I should say, a park, an office tower, retail space, a boutique hotel, another hotel that would also serve the convention center. And as the guys may have alluded to, the Navy Southwest region has its headquarters here. And in 3.5 years, they're going to have a brand new building as well. But the headquarters will stay until the project is completed. And speaking of completing the project, come on in here, Perry Dealey. He is the development manager for the project. Good morning.
Good morning, Ed. This is a very exciting moment for us.
10 years. Was there a point where you went, oh, man, are we ever going to get this thing done?
No question. It's unbelievable that we achieved this milestone to actually physically start to tear this project down so we can rebuild it. And Papa Doug Manchester has been an inspiration with his diligence, his determination to make sure that this project is going to become a reality.
So many agencies involved, including lawsuits, et cetera. The Coastal Commission had some issues. There were environmental concerns, and you were able to satisfy all of them.
I should be a lawyer after 10 years of being
a paralegal at the most.
At the most, but I've read every deposition, every legal opinion. It has been brutal, expensive, and very complicated, but we persevered it, and we're ready to go.
Now, this is the whole complex of buildings, and you know, every time something comes down and goes, and I go, what was there again? Behind us here, this was and again, as Mike was showing you, all the way down from Broadway, we're talking about 13 acres. This is a huge complex. What was behind us?
It's not only a huge complex, Ed, but this is the War Operations Center for the United States Navy from 1920. World War II, Korea, they loaded all the warships going to the Pacific out of this 8-block facility. And it was done in 1920. And ironically, we're going to open the new project in 2020, 100 years later.
Wow, I had no idea about the history. So these buildings date back too?
Yes, they do.
Wow, okay. And again, further down here, that's where the Navy Southwest region is located, their headquarters. We've been in there a lot.
Yes.
And they're going to remain in that building until you get their new tower built.
Right.
That was part of the deal.
We're going to build them a brand new, state-of-the-art, Class A office building. It'll take 30 months to get them their building finished. We're going to relocate them out of their old 1920s building into a state-of-the-art facility for the headquarters of the Southwest region of the United States Navy. They're working in barracks almost, and we're going to put them into that new facility, and then we tear down their building to finish up the master plan.
Yeah, I can tell you it's cramped. Now, the park is going to be where their headquarters is? How big's the park?
The park's a 1.9-acre public park that we're working with the city to develop in Civic San Diego.
All right, and to the north of us here?
To the north of us,
okay,
right across the street from Lane Field.
Okay, where the old Lane...
Oh.
Michael?
Oh, there it is. I got it. We got you, Ed. We got you. You're
All right,
in.
are we back?
Yep,
Are we
you're
good?
back.
We're good.
Yep.
All right. Could you get this fixed for us? Really, seriously?
Well, you're in the demo mode. When we start
We're going to demolish this microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, never had that happen before.
Yeah.
So the park is farther down, you know, more where the new hotels are,
Right.
along the waterfront.
right at the foot of Broadway along Harbor Drive.
So 3.5 years. Are you going to open this in increments, or are you going to get the whole thing completed?
The goal is to do one phase, get it all built, put 2 levels of underground parking, 2,500 public parking spaces, another 500 dedicated for the Navy, and we're going to put all the retail, restaurants, entertainment, museum, public amenities. It'll
New
be
Charger Stadium.
well, we looked at that. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit here.
Anybody listening? All right. Yeah, so we're having a little fun, so bear with us here.
Yeah.
But you're going to, 3.5 years, how long is the demolition?
The
It's gonna be
demolition,
several months.
it's about a 6-month period,
All right.
and this is a huge reinforced concrete building that will take, a lot of heavy equipment to knock it down.
All right, well, we'll be visiting with Perry and Papa Doug. Is Papa Doug going to make an appearance? I don't think he's not coming down.
Well, we're going to have a formal ceremony in a couple of weeks, and
Okay.
he certainly will be here for that.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, take a look again, because I don't know that everybody... The problem is when you're all driving south here towards Seaport Village, it's kind of a nondescript building. It doesn't really stand out, but take a look at the size. And it is a series of buildings, or is it all connected by walls?
No, it's a series of buildings.
It's a series,
As
okay.
a matter of fact, when this master plan was built, every block had a building on it.
So, yeah, and it's certainly reinforced, and that's part of the issue. But take a look at the size of this. It was called, the Navy's, what they called the Broadway complex?
The Navy Broadway.
Navy Broadway complex. And again, their big headquarters is here for the Southwest region. But your eyes were always over there on the Midway or Seaport Village and the fish market, et cetera, et cetera. But 10 years in the making as we come around here. Thanks, Perry. 10 years in the making. This was a warehouse?
Yes.
Okay, and you started there. So 10 years in the making, and the challenges in court were considerable to overcome, but here we are, and Papa Doug Manchester will be here in a couple of weeks to kind of herald the fact is finally the Broadway complex is underway. Back to you guys.
There's serious demolition happening right now, Ed. Good job.
Visual proof it's
It
underway.
is.
All right,
Thank
Ed.
you.
Looks like things are cleared down there at the front by the waterfront. So
It's a
that's
good day to demo